case study of the Get Out of Your Own Way coaching program. I am joined today by the fabulous Jaye Tolbert. And I'm just really excited for you to get to know her a little bit. But I'm also excited, of course, for her to share her experience working with me through my 9-week coaching program. But honestly, I just want to talk about her and her Hilda, if I'm really being honest. So first of all, tell everybody who you are, where you are in the world, a little bit about what you do. Give us your little intro, Jaye.
All right. My name is Jaye. I'm a coach and mentor with the University of Thriving, and I've been here in the Get Out of Your Own Way program. I'm coming to you from sunny California, and I'm just here. This has been a great time for me to kick my perfectionism in the butt and get moving. So it felt really great to get out of your own way, because when your roadblock is yourself.
Yes, when your roadblock is yourself, that's less than pleasant, isn't it? I love it. So, okay. We're going to just dive right in, because one of the things that we talk about a lot, and I have her permission to share this as a coach, you need to know I keep your stuff confidential, but we talked about it a little ahead of time. And you and your Hilda have been wrestling with perfectionism and ridiculous expectation. And by ridiculous expectation, I don't mean like big goals. I mean, I want you to have big goals, more like how much you put on your plate. Can you tell us a little bit about, like, as you were getting here, as you were getting started in this program, how much you were putting on your plate and why that was letting you down?
Well, the whole thing was, I think that it's really based in anxiety. I wanted to get so much done because I wanted it to happen, and I didn't want anything else to get in the way. So I was like, full steam ahead, no matter what, and we're just going to get everything done. And that's self-destructive. So this helped me pick apart that whole thing here. And instead of, some people shut down and they have inaction, I had the opposite reaction. So I'm going to do too much action. So this allowed me to slow down and just prioritize and breathe and have the faith that, okay, if you plan this with your inevitability thinking, it's going to turn out if you put in the work. You don't just have to try and rush and get it all done in one weekend and murder yourself. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, inevitability thinking is one of the exercises in the program. I love that. So tell me a little bit about why you think Hilda pushes you to put so much on your plate. What's in it for Hilda?
Maybe to build yourself up really big, to see if you're going to fall or not, to put extra stress on yourself. Some people feel like they do the best work when they're stressed, and no.
No, not true.
Yeah, so I think that's where I was struggling there. I was putting this undue stress on myself to try and bring out some kind of bigger, better work that was going to rise out of myself, and that's not really a thing.
I'm really glad that you shared that, because I think a lot of people are running around trying to be busy, and they think busy will equal productive and productive will equal accomplished, right? And instead, it just means you're busy. You're filling your time with a lot of different things. And I don't know, in America, it's kind of impressive to be busy. It's kind of socially acceptable to be, hi, how are you? Oh, I've been so busy. And it becomes kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. So we talk about in Get Out of Your Own Way how to get better than busy and figure out what you really want. So I love the fact that you're rising above that, not letting Hilda wait to see you fall, but watch you succeed. So was it uncomfortable deciding to take less on and try to accomplish that, or let's just start there. Was it uncomfortable for you at first to take less on?
Well, I had to ask this little lady, hey, what are you doing? And then I gave myself permission. So I was like, hey, we got to do this. It's me versus Hilda. I'm my own, inner naysayer. Let's do it. And then you feel so much better. So you're like, why didn't I do this all along? And you sort of want to kick yourself, and yeah, a lot happens.
A lot happens. Well, tell us a little bit about what you've been able to do specifically on the business side of things since participating in Get Out of Your Own Way. And full disclosure, you're still in Get Out of Your Own Way. It's not, you haven't graduated yet, you graduate soon. But tell us a little bit about, on the business side of things, what you've been able to accomplish.
So I've been able to get a lot of interactions with individuals online through my Facebook group and my Facebook business page. I have a website that's up and going. I have a YouTube channel that's up and going. I'm able to talk to different people. I've been to different events and gotten folks excited about it, and they're hearing the word about coaching. And I got speaking stuff in the works, so I'm excited about it. I've been able to get off the floor, and it's not just a hobby. It's something that I'm actually going out here and making this business hum. And that's a good thing.
I love it. One of the things I always say about Jaye is she's the most lyrical person ever. Any question you ask her, she just, I don't understand why you have a better command of the English language than the rest of us. I love that about you. That was beautifully said. So what did you learn about yourself though? Right? One of the things that's funny about Get Out of Your Own Way is people sign up, and understandably, they invest in themselves because they're investing in their business. You're really focused on, you know what, if I can get out of my own way, if I can stop squandering my potential in my business, I can make more money, make more impact, make this, as you just put it, no longer a glorified hobby, but turn it into an actual entrepreneurial venture. And that's well and good and amazing. But what most of my clients say is, it's really the personal development they didn't necessarily see coming that they really, really needed. So on the personal front, what do you think you've been able to do as a part of going through this experience with me?
I've given myself permission to look at my plate and say, okay, I don't like this activity. Let's see if I could delegate this or put this somewhere else. Is this even important? Can I approach this another way? Just expanding everything, and it's more rapid. So it's probably tasks and things that I was doing before, but now that I have the verbiage for it, and I have a community where we're able to discuss these things and how your brain works, you're able to jot down that path quicker. So if I was a jogger, I'm able to get that lap done now in 7 minutes instead of 13. So that's freeing me up to do a whole bunch of different things. Plus I'm more in tune with myself. So it's a good deal.
I love that. One of the things that many people do, but you have done this extraordinarily well, is I find in the group coaching moments where you'll be giving input, maybe on an Unstuck and Unstoppable roundtable or during one of our, Friday masterminds, you'll be giving input or insight to one of the other members of the community. And sometimes it's exactly what you needed to hear. Have you had that experience more than once where it's like you can see it for somebody else so clearly, and then you hear it falling out of your mouth so effortlessly? Can you think of any particular examples you'd be willing to share without, breaking confidentiality? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
Trying to make my brain work. No, do you have one?
I don't have a specific example, but let's just talk then in general terms. Have you found that to be really valuable?
I think the Unstuck and Unstoppables and the masterminds are great because it's a whole bunch of people there with the shared intent. And I feel like that's when your brain starts to do its thing. It's like, oh, I'm with other people who are doing the same thing. Let me feel free to just involve myself on this and go to the next level. So, I mean, those are always great. And I have heard people start saying something and then they're like, oh, wait. Oh, I do think of one. I remember there was a mastermind call and someone was talking about leadership and they were worried about something that they were working on. If they left, what was going to happen?
Yes, I remember.
And it made me think about my own life. Sometimes you have to move on to your next thing and you can't be too stressed about what's going on with where you were, because where you are is always going to be there and everybody's going to be able to work that situation out, but that's not for you anymore. Your desires are your marching orders. That's what Jen Sincero said, and you got to move on to where you got to go.
Exactly. I love it. And those are the moments that I find really powerful for the individual who is giving that feedback. And that's the weird thing. When you do private coaching, and private coaching is wonderful, I'm a big fan. I offer private coaching, of course. But when you do private coaching, it's that one-on-one experience and you miss out on catching yourself, giving amazing advice or insight, sharing what you think or asking that question. And as a coach yourself, that's what you do professionally. But when you're being coached, being able to give that back in that community actually gives you even more confidence, don't you think, as a coach in general?
Like, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. It's effortlessly coming out of myself because this is how I feel. I'm backing myself up. I got a big ego and I talk like this because I can back it up.
Love it. So, okay, Get Out of Your Own Way is this 9-week group coaching experience. There's a ton of coaches out there. I often say that there's kind of 2 kinds of people that are thinking about joining my coaching program. People who have never been coached before and they're terrified of hiring a coach because that sounds weird. or people who've worked with a coach and been burned before and it sucked and they're terrified of having that experience again. So it's understandable that it's kind of scary to sign up and join a program like this with a 9-week commitment. If somebody is on the fence about signing up for this program, what would you have to say to them to help them make a decision whether or not it's for them?
Get off the fence because you're going to hurt your butt or rip your pants. Just get in the program already. Stop watching this video. Now's the time. If you needed a sign, here's the sign. Give yourself permission because you're a grown person and better yourself. It's going to be fantastic because you're going to learn from it, because you're not going to waste your own time. You're not going to waste anyone else's time. Plus, everyone around is awesome, and so are you, and you're just going to elevate yourself. So do that. Stop being mean to you. Join the program already.
I freaking adore you. You're so fantastic. I don't want you to rip your pants. Come on now. So if you go to coachjenny.com/coaching, you can learn all about it. But here's the Cliff's Notes. It's a 9-week group coaching experience, but it includes modules and workbooks and videos. I hope you're enjoying those, right? Most of them, Jay. It includes that self-guided material that gets stripped out over 9 weeks, 9 weeks of group coaching support led by me, but within this community of amazing humans. And it also includes 1 private coaching session with me with the option to purchase additional sessions, all for $900 or 2 payments of $500 if you need to break it up a little bit. I think that's very reasonable. It's intentionally low ticket. One of the things I get from other coaches is well, that just sounds incredibly cheap. Like you're supposed to charge thousands of dollars, charge what you're worth and stuff like that. I'm not charging what I'm worth. I'm charging what this experience is worth for people who are getting in their own way, specifically solopreneurs who are getting in their own way, who tend to have cash flow challenges. I want you to figure out how to get from where you are, which is feeling like I'm on the cusp of something great. I know I'm meant for something great. I know that this business could be really amazing, but I can't seem to get out of my own way. I keep squandering my potential. I keep screwing it up because I can't stop second guessing myself, or I keep doubting myself, or I'm always like Jay, try to put so much on my plate that I can't possibly handle one more thing. So of course my business doesn't get the time and attention that it needs. If any of that resonates with you, then we should definitely talk. So check out this site, tells you all the information you could possibly want to know, and book a call with me so we can jam. I love it. So, okay, that's my plug. Where can people connect with you, Jay? Because I think people are going to want to know what the heck is the University of Thriving, which is our website.
So the University of Thriving, it's where you want to go, where if you have an area in your life that you have let fall apart a little bit, it's let go a little bit. That's where you call in the hazmat crew. We're going to get in there. We're going to do some cleanup. We're going to do some analysis. We're going to feel good. We're going to hype it up. We're going to make a plan. That's where you need to go. And that's where you'll find me there. And it's no nonsense, no excuses. You got to own your inner crazy and then use that as the fuel to move to the next level. So we're ready to just fuel up this rocket and get on Mars. Say hello to Elon. It's going to be great. That's what we're doing at University of Thriving.
I love how you just rattle this off without taking a breath. You are so prolific. I adore you. Thank you so much for doing this. This means a lot. Is there anything else you would want to say to anybody out there listening who is thinking, I might be ready for coach. I don't know if it's Coach Jenny or if it's Coach Jay, but I'm afraid to enter coaching. It sounds like a big, scary world. Is there anything you would say to them to just make them feel a little bit better about making that phone call?
It is a big, scary world, and sometimes you can get a big, deep hurt in your mind or in your heart, but don't go it alone.
Yeah, don't go it alone. Beautifully said. Jaye Tolbert, you're awesome. I'm so, so grateful for being your coach. It's such a delight, and I'm really excited to see you get to Mars with the University of Thriving. I can't wait to see it happen. You guys, thank you so much for listening. I see a couple people here live. Thank you for being here. And for the folks watching the replay, if you have any questions, the link is below. It's in the description where you can reach out to me so we can have a conversation, because Hilda must be stopped. We can't let this inner critic hold you back any longer. Thank you guys so much. Bye. Ta-da!